Welcome to SEA, the Centel Experimental Agency, where depth over noise is not just a motto, it's how we operate. Today, we're putting 3 of the most common 22 long rifle brands to the test while collecting and analyzing data from each. I also have 2 wildcard contenders. I'll introduce those in a second. First, let's meet our big 3 contenders. First up, out of our big 3, we have CCI Standard Velocity. This is a 40 grain lead round nose, advertised on the box at 1,070 feet per second. You can get this stuff for about 10 cents a round, depending on where you shop at. Word on the street is that, word on the street, according to internet experts, I should say, that's the gold standard. So we'll see how it does when we put it to the test. Next up, we have the Remington Ranch Hand. This is also a 40 grain. These are copper plated round nose versus the CCI lead round nose. This is advertised at 1,255 feet per second. So 185 feet per second faster than the CCI, allegedly. But this Remington Ranch Hand, you can find it anywhere. Walmart, Academy, anywhere that still carries ammo, you're going to find it on the shelves. It's sitting right at around 10 cents a round too. Lastly, out of the big 3, we have Federal Auto Match, also a 40 grain lead round nose, advertised at 1,200 feet per second, so a little slower than the Remington, a little faster than the CCI. This is going to be your bulk range planking ammo. It sits at around 7 cents a round, so we shall see how it does. Alrighty, now that you've met the big 3, let's introduce our first wild card. We have the Mini Mag. I know I said that was the gold standard according to internet experts, but this is gospel to some people. The Mini Mag is advertised at 1,235 feet per second, so pretty close to the Ranch Hand. Also a 40 grain. This is copper plated like the Ranch Hand. The standard velocity for CCI is not copper plated, neither is the Federal Auto Match. A little pricier. Hold on to your horses. It's about 11 cents a round. It adds up, but not the craziest difference in price. For our second wild card, we have Agila Interceptor. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is Mexican ammo from our friends down south. It's a little hotter at 1,470 feet per second. It's also a 40 grain copper plated round nose. Stuff's a little higher. Actually, this time it's about 20 cents a round, but we will see how it holds up. All right, now that we've met our big 3 and our 2 wild cards, there is one more thing I want to do before we start sending rounds downrange. I'm going to take 25 rounds out of each box, throw them on the scale, just to check for any inconsistencies or any weirdness. I highly doubt we're going to find any, but it doesn't hurt to try. CCI, standard velocity. Federal Auto Match. Remington Ranch Hand. CCI Mini Mag. Aegea. All right, we have put all 5 of our test subjects through our Remington Speedmaster Model 552. Let's check out some numbers. First up, we have the CCI standard velocity, had a MOA of 1.2, standard deviation of 13.6, an extreme spread of 41. Next, we have our Federal Auto Match, had a MOA of 1.8, standard deviation of 8, an extreme spread of 22. Next, we had our Remington Ranch Hand with an MOA of 2.2, standard deviation of 25.8, an extreme spread of 78. Next up, we have our Mini Mag with a MOA of 1.6, standard deviation of 24.8, an extreme spread of 82. So overall, out of these, I would put these two at the top. The Federal Auto Match had the lowest standard deviation as well as extreme spread, but the CCI standard velocity was the best on paper, grouping wise. Federal is a little cheaper, not by much, but they both went bang every time I pulled the trigger and had 0 malfunctions. The Mini Mag, however, was kind of all over the place, had an extreme spread of 82. Like I said earlier, I guess you're trading that high velocity for your consistency. The Ranch Hand, no malfunctions there. I did leave that out. The Mini Mag did have some malfunctions. Ranch Hand goes bang when you pull the trigger, but it was all over the paper. And we'll get to you in a second. Then we have Aegea. This stuff, I tell you, on my very last round, last string, I had a total case failure. I mean, it shot gas out of here, out the bottom. It a little sketchy. And it was all over the place. SD was crazy high, not consistent on paper. The groups were all over the place. So do with that what you will. Thank you for watching SEA, the Centel Experimental Agency. Feel free to leave any comments, gripes, questions down below, or anything you guys want to see tested in the future. Remember, depth over noise.